of CyberCorps, a leading cybersecurity company dedicated to protecting the digital world and safeguarding valuable assets, with an impressive array of qualifications, including an MCA, MBA in IT, multiple certifications such as CCNA, CCNP, CISA, MCP, and more. He boasts over 16 years of experience in network engineering, architecture, implementation, and project management. Tarun excels in delivering top level services and specializes in corporate technology management, team leadership, data center management, compliances, and security. Here we have with us Mr. Tarun Malhotra. Tarun, over to you.
Thank you, Anada, for the introduction.
Pleasure.
And thank you everyone. So for joining this session. So as we have a topic today of cybersecurity, so we are going to discuss about the cybersecurity and the ways to mitigate the risk and to protect yourself from the cyber attacks. So nowadays people are getting a lot of spam spoof email. That's also a cyber attack. People are getting junk SMSs, WhatsApp call, fake SMSs to get the job for some kind of they are giving you like $15,000, $10,000 for a month. All those things kind of stuff we are going to discuss here. So let me share my screen and we'll discuss about the cyber security and how to mitigate the risk or to get protect from the hackers. Are you able to see my screen? Hello?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So here we go.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the cyber security. So cyber security and the significance of compliance and IT security policy in safeguard against cyber attacks. Cyber attacks are very common, for the organizations level, for personal level. People are get hacked their social media accounts sometimes they lose their money. Sometimes company get their data leaked or data destroyed by the hackers. So let's discuss about. So before that, this is my introduction, which is already given by the Anuradha, that I have completed all these certifications like Certified Information System Auditor, Certified Information Security Manager from USA, SACA, and various lead auditor courses with technical expertise of 18 and 16. 18 plus of experience, because another says 16. Now I have the CyberCorps almost 2 years, so it's 18 now. So let's discuss what is cybersecurity and how it impacts our day-to-day life. Everybody know about cybersecurity? Another, this is going to be an interactive session, or I'm go through all the slides, or we have a question answer in last?
So Tarun, initially we would want you to go ahead and deliver your session, and then in case anybody wants to ask a question, they'll come on later.
Okay, all right. So let's discuss what is cybersecurity and how it impacts our day-to-day life. So let's understand with example. There's a Kevin and there's a Robin. They're surfing on a system or a mobile. So we never know there's a hackers who are keep looking on our system or maybe a mobile, because our systems and mobiles are connected to the internet, and hackers are everywhere. So let's discuss this scenario. Like hackers just keep trying to send SMS to the people, or maybe on the mobile, or maybe on the system. So if we click, you get a lot of emails, like spam emails, spoof email, maybe a vague SMS message where they will ask you to click, and they will send something like pretend like you're sending from a bank's account. Once you click on the links, you will be a victim of any cyber attack. So what happens when you click on the links? What happens due to this? This can be a secret or personal data leakage. If you click on any link which you got from the hackers, it can be a cyber criminals who might encrypt the data and ask for the ransomware amount. It may be financial losses or selling data to cyber criminals. So single click on the link, or maybe through any way you will connect to the hackers. So you can be a victim of ransomware attack, or maybe your data can be leaked or steal. So now, effect of cyber attacks. What can be a effect of cyber attacks? So hackers are everywhere. They're trying to steal data. So it can be a impact on the industrial espionage, where they try to damage the data, or they try to sell the data to the cyber criminals in the international level or maybe a local level. They ask for the company for the ransomware amount also. Now, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is a practice to protecting the computer systems, network and digital data and from the theft, damage, or unauthorized access. Now, what is cybersecurity framework? It involves to measure technology to safeguard the information. So what is information we're talking about here? That's called CIA. CIA means confidentiality, integrity, and availability of digital information or data. Now, what is CIA? So everything talks about CIA. CIA is a thread which is the data confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now, whatever we have, maybe you have a data on your mobile, your personal data, or you have data on your computer, your company data. So that should be a confidential, because you are owning that data, and you have to make sure that data should be confidential. And for that, you will keep using your passwords. You keep trying to encrypt those data to protect from the unauthorized access. So we have to maintain the confidentiality of the data, and use always the strict and the strong passwords, or try to, if it's a company data, we should use encryption. Integrity, whatever the data we are having in maybe in mobile, a personal data, or maybe in a company or company data, that should integrity should be maintained, so that no one trying to manipulate with the data. So data manipulation is also one of the things which hackers can try to do when they steal the data. Availability is also important. That's the part of the triad, CI triad. And availability means whenever you require, your data should be available. Suppose, for example, if there's a google.com, and a google.com or maybe gmail.com is unavailable for the next 3 days, so what will happen? Most of the people are unable to use their mobile phone. Most of the people are unable to use their company email ID or email data. So what happens due to that? People can lose their business. So availability of the data is also important. So hackers are also trying to make company or maybe a big label like Microsoft or Google or like Facebook. They're trying to stop their services by breaking down their network. There's a various way methods, so they always try to do those kind of things. So we will discuss about the CI threat. What is the threat to CI threat? Now, CI threat is a very important thing, because confidentiality of data, availability, integrity. Now, what is the threat to this? The threat is with a cyber crime. A threat is with hacking. Now, what will do a cyber criminals, and what will do hackers do with this CIA threat? The data you are having in the mobile or your maybe system, company data, personal data. So let's discuss about that. So there are two types of cyber criminals or cyber crimes happen, or cyber attacks, you can say. So there's one thing is some computer assisted crime, where computers are used to attack, but computer networks are not exactly a target. So CSE criminals may use computers to plan, coordinate, or execute illegal activities. So illegal activities can be online fraud, identity theft, drug trafficking, money laundering, etc. So here the computer are used to attack the particular, or used to do a cyber crime, but it's not an exact target. So next one is the computer as a target crime. Here, the computer and network, maybe you can say the Google server, maybe the Facebook server, Twitter server. So that may be a direct target, maybe a company server, or maybe a personal mobile data can be a direct target. That's called a computer as a target, where computer exactly used to target the network. Maybe it harms to the network or maybe data. The example of this computer the target crime is hacking, malware attack, DDoS attack, or you heard about ransomware attacks where hackers steal the data and asking for the money to get back the data. So if you heard about, maybe there's a attack happened on this AIMS hospital in Delhi, where hackers will steal all the patient information. I think it's happening last year. So it's had all the information, and they convert it and they encrypt the data and asking a ransomware amount of in the Bitcoin form to the government to get back that patient data. So in that case, so hackers hack this data. It can be a huge damage to the government official data, or maybe a for the company data. So now let's discuss about the types of hackers. So there are three types. I mean, it's a multiple type of hackers, but majorly there are three types of hackers. But we'll discuss other hackers also. So one is the hackers called black hat hackers, which are totally involved to destroy the production, or the steal the data, or destroy the data, or try to interrupt the services of the organization at a personal level. The another case is gray hat. Before that, let me discuss about the white hat. White hat hackers are the hackers who are purely work to protect the network or the data of the company from the black hat. So gray hat is a mixture of the black hat and the white hat hackers, where the gray hat is sometimes try to act as a black hat, try as a negative role. Sometimes they will act as a white hat as a positive role to protect from attacks. So generally, when we do ethical hacking, if most of the people heard about the ethical hacking. So ethical hackers are come into the white hat, where they act like a black hat, and they'll try to see how the data can be stolen by the black hat, and how we can protect the company, or maybe banking, or maybe government sector data. Now, other types of hackers are, hacktivists. These these hackers are basically promoted by the political agenda, by the parties to, to provide defacing the, maybe the parties, face, or maybe the organization defamation, or like the things. And the state-sponsored hackers are the, employees who basically try to steal the government data and try to interrupt the government services. And these are the people who are kind of uh, detectives, or kind of the agents, where they try to steal the military information, or the police, or maybe government public informations. Now, the sixth type of terrorists are like cyber terrorists, which are individuals with a wide range of skill, motivated by the religion and political belief. They try to create fear in the society, with trying to send kind of messages, or try to destroy the harmony in a society. So let's understand the scenario of how hackers try to steal data. So we'll take a scenario here. Suppose this is Robin, and he gets a link from maybe email from Facebook or through Skype. So what happened when he get a link from various ways? Employee clicked on a link of a spam. It may be spam spoof email. So once he click on the link, so it may be a victim of the hacking, or maybe a ransomware attacks, because these links are generally generated by the hackers. So if you can see here, I just try to explain you how this link can be a hacker. So most of the people are nowadays in the company or the personal email, they getting a spam spoof emails. And how to identify these spam spoof emails? If you can see here, generally this bcsd.org, this email, this is a domain. This is a domain email, okay? But hackers is just make the extra s here. The exact email of the domain is bscd. S is not involved, but hacker was try to do, they put a similar kind of domain, and they just pretend like they are sending the email from the same company, or the by the the same domain, and they try to manipulate to the employees, or maybe the people, to just click on single link. Once you click on the link, you can be a victim of the any data leakage, or maybe a ransomware attack. So always try to just keep a check, a double, when you're going to get an email from the unknown source, from the unknown people, or maybe from the maybe on your email, from your mobile, or maybe on your personal email, official email, anywhere. Just cautious about that. Now, what is cyber trend now? Nowadays, cyber attackers or cyber hackers are very smart because they are, using an AI technology. They are using Chat GPT. So most of the people are, hackers because they use Chat GPT and AI to you just manipulate data. And AI is very smart nowadays because AI is used to, do a positive things also, but hackers are using it for negative thing. So AI is very, in demanding, and it's a very intelligent way to manipulate the things. That's why I just keep a cautious about getting an emails or spam kind of things. Now let's discuss about how to mitigate the risk of the cyber attacks. The importance of compliance and IT security policies to protect against cyber attacks. So if you heard about compliance, compliance is things which is a set of rules and regulations which are made by the various sectors or the various regions. Like the US have their own compliances, which is called SOC 2, or maybe the high trust, HIPAA. So they have made the compliances to make sure that the company adhere and follow those guidelines to protect them from against the cyber attacks. So compliance assures that to legal and regulatory standards, because compliance is something is made by the government. If we don't follow those compliance and we fall under that particular business entity, that can be a maybe a monetary issues, or maybe imprisonment also. If we talk about the HIPAA compliance is made by the US government for the entities who are working in the medical billing domain. So if failing to that compliance, there's a $50,000 fine and 7 years imprisonment also. So compliance are the legal regulatory standards. And the safeguarding compliance also help us to safeguarding against penalties and reputation damage. If you talk about the various factors, so GDPR is also there for the compliance that is used by the European Union. Now, what is the importance of compliances? Compliance is used to mitigate legal and financial risks, protecting sensitive data and customer information, maintaining trust and credibility and with stakeholders. So with the compliance, we will recommend you to follow the IT security policies, because compliance is something which is regulated by the government to basically, there's a set of guidelines which is provided to the government to implement on the organization level to protect from the attacks. But with that, the synergies with this IT security policies also works to protect against cyber attacks. So IT security policies are the information security policies, which is a set of guidelines practice to design the protect digital assets. So like we are cyber cops, so we always help companies or peoples or organizations to make their security policies align according to the latest trend, and we will help them to make the security posture assessment. So security policies are also important to prevent cyber threats and ensure a secure digital IT environment. Now, importance of IT security policy. Why the IT security is important? It is important to mitigate cyber security risk and data breaches, promoting a culture of security awareness among employees, and demonstrating commitment to customer data protection. Data protection is very important. So India has recently introduced their own Data Protection Act, so in which they have almost 1 crore rupees fine if we are not, if the companies like Facebook or maybe the Instagram or Twitter are not adhere the Indian data protection law, so they can be they need to fine even the 1 crore rupees. This is a minimum. So cybersecurity policies are very important for the organizations to protect them from the cyber attacks. So we recommend that there should be a policy for each and everything, and there should be a the parameter defined to how to operate the things on the within the office premises. So if we talk about if for example, if we drive a car on road, so there is a policy procedure, there is a challenge if you cross the red light. So there should be a policy parameter defined by the government nowadays for various region in US, in Europe, and now India is also in the same lead. They have defined a data protection act which is going to be rolled out soon within 8 months, or maybe in next coming months, 8 to 10 months. So security policies are very important. So these are the guidelines, these are the policy or regulations. If we, just don't follow those things, there may be a fine, a heavy fine from the government side, because government is going to roll out about the auditing process also to check how companies are using the personal data. It may be because in India, we have most of the companies are getting or taking your Aadhaar card, PAN card, or passport, but there is no guarantees that passport or maybe your Aadhaar card or PAN card is used for a maybe illegal process, maybe sell to the some other companies for maybe for calls for your marketing purpose. So that kind of activity is going to be stopped very soon after this Data Protection Act, because U.S. government is very strict. They are already having these kind of compliance on place where companies cannot use those personal like personal information for any purpose of marketing or maybe spam email or like any uses of that data is prohibited. But now India is also in the same category. It's coming few months we will see these kind of compliance is going to be rotated or policy is going to be rotated. So for the organizational level, we will recommend that there should be a policy for email, to how to operate an email within a company, or a network policy, data protection policy, data retention policy, data access policy. So policy is very important to define to streamline the things and to protect from the cyber attacks. So suppose the email policy, there is a process and way we can stop or mitigate the risk of the spam or spoof emails. But people generally don't know how to stop those spam emails from the company email server. So that need to be configured on the email server to be just to scan from where the source of the email is from, where the email is coming from. Suppose the email is coming from the Pakistan or maybe China or maybe Russia, so that we don't have a business there. So why is this email coming to my inbox? So we can put a policy according to that. So we should have a policy for website, like for a cloud policy, a physical policy. So policy can be things, if we define on each and every aspects, that can be a stop the risk of the cyber attacks, and we will minimize the things. If we talk about the network policy, if we have a firewall in a system or in a network, in company, and suppose if the people don't use of the social media sites, maybe business is not allowed, or maybe some site which are related to the cyber criminal activities or hacking sites. So we should block all those websites within the office environment, in case if someone try to open those kind of unnecessary websites, which can be vulnerable, which can be have some kind of vulnerable a malicious code or virus. So that can be stopped itself within the network level. So these kind of things we will recommend generally to make a strategy to work in the organization sector. So now types of safeguards. We talk about cyber type of safeguards. There are three types of safeguard: administrative safeguard, physical safeguard, and technical safeguard. So if we have a data, the data should be protected technically, physically, and administratively. So technically, how will save the safeguard? Technically, data can be safeguarded by putting a firewall, server policy, endpoint protection, antivirus, that should be there to protect from data to the hackers. So I also recommend people are using on a home laptop or home system, if they're having a data or personal data, they're surfing to the internet, they should have proper antivirus on place to protect them from any kind of attacks. If you have antivirus in place, that will stop all ransomware or the malware or virus attack on your personal system also. It's not only I just recommend for the company level, but personal information is also important. So people can also try to compromise your laptop, your mobile also. And hacker have this much of capability because of AI and chat GPT. They can see your system for long, for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or maybe a month, what kind of activities you are doing. They can see each and everything, to whom you send email, to whom you get email, to how which are what are the financial accesses you have. So you have to be all those technical parameter in your personal, official, everywhere you should have protectivity of the this kind of antivirus and maybe the things. The physical safeguard is, the safeguard where we have to see, organization level, that unauthorized access should be avoided, and people are not trying to be in maybe a server room, data center, or maybe in a production floor also. Administrative safeguard is something where we will educate, our employees for the training and give them, update about the latest cyber trends, or aware about the cyber security things, so how to do what to do in cyber attacks, or maybe the spoof and spam email, how to tackle those things, how to identify the emails if getting from an unknown source. So these are the examples of the administrative, physical, and technical safeguard. The administrative safeguard is always about the risk assessment. People or the company should go for the assessment to check, are they operating according to the cyber security framework or not. Then assigning a privacy officer or staff training is also required to, just to give them a awareness, what is going on in nowadays a new scenario. You get a lot of emails, or maybe, the attack can be through any source. Now, physical safeguard is something to workstation securities or security systems or locking area where data can be stored. Technical security is, I already discussed about the antivirus, automatic log of firewall, data encryption, and about all those, technical parameter which is taken care by the IT team or the cybersecurity team. Now, there is a synergy between compliance and IT security policies. Compliance and IT security policies works together and create robust cybersecurity framework. Compliance ensures adherence to regulation, while IT security defines specific security measures. So as compliance is regulated by the government, so we have to adhere the regulation also. Whatever business we are doing, if we are doing according to whatever regulation, we have to follow that compliance. And the IT security is, to the measurement, as we discussed about the various aspects of physical, technical, and administrative safeguard. Now let's discuss about the case studies where we will, have a look how IT security policies and maybe the compliance policy will help people to mitigate the cyber attacks. There's a incident happened in USA, in America, the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attacks, where the major fuel pipeline operating in the United States experienced a ransomware attacks that leads to a temporary shutdown by the hackers. The attacks exploited vulnerability in the company's IT infrastructure, including outdated system and insufficient cybersecurity measures. So they did an audit and they find, why this happened. So the attacks was happens because of the vulnerability in the IT infrastructure, and which is having insufficient cybersecurity measures and outdated system. Outdated systems. How the example is, suppose Microsoft says, okay, Windows 7 and Windows maybe 10 is out of the league. Now this obsolete. 10 is we still using, but Microsoft soon going to be obsolete Windows 10 also. And 11 is the main window which is in use nowadays. Now, how the system outdated? If somebody is still using Windows 7, so Microsoft has already stopped sending or releasing the security patches. Now, what is security patch? When you work on your Windows system, you get to update your system, maybe every month or every week. There's some security patch. Windows says, okay, you need to restart maybe system or click here to update your Windows. So those Windows patches are the security parameters which are, released by the Microsoft every month on every Tuesday to get their Windows protected from the cyber attacks. So the window updates are very important to do every month. So we should update those windows. And the system which are not updated, like Windows 7, which is stored by the Microsoft, if you're still using Windows 7, so there may be a chance hacker can be steal the data or maybe an attack on that Windows 7, and you can be victim of ransomware, maybe malware attack, because the Microsoft stopped sending the security patches. So you should always use the latest, Windows, which is in guideline by the Microsoft, and always keep trying to update your Windows. And this is also goes with your antivirus. If you're using antivirus, always keep updating your antivirus, because every time when you get updates, it may be a new releases, new patches, or new security updates you're getting installed in your antivirus or on your system, which is going to protect you from the outside attack. So the underscore and the criticality of the proactive security measure, incident response planning, and regular system patching. Regular system patching, we discussed about, like, patching is very important. It is important for your company system or your home system. Patching is important. Now there's another case study, which is some of you have heard about WannaCry ransomware attacks. The global impact of WannaCry ransomware attacks has targeted organizations worldwide. This was happened all over worldwide and exploited vulnerability in outdated software and lack of timely patching. See, the patching is again there. So vulnerability can be exist if you are not update your phone also, even mobile phone also. When you get updates on your phone, why phone companies or the Microsoft company, like, they releases the patches, because they release patch to just protect you from the cyber attack or from the outside world. So the updates to be there in mobile or your company laptop or your system home laptop or your server is very important. The disruption causes for this WannaCry financial losses incurred, and need to robust IT security policy should be in place. So when the WannaCry ransomware attack was happened, so most of the organizations have facing the financial losses, and their operation was disturbed for almost a week or more than a week. So this incident was just realize us to just timely keep patching or update the security measures, and always IT team or the cyber security team try to keep a check, if organization is managing their infrastructure or their resources according to security or not. Now, these are the few examples of security breaches that resulted the compliance failures. The latest cybersecurity, and to essential to organizations stay up to date. Organizations need to be up to date, to save from the cyber attacks. That's the latest cybersecurity threats. To adopt industry best practice IT security policies, risk assessment is also required, to check by the third party auditors or maybe the internal auditors if the company's data is protected or safe, or the patching is updated, or servers are, the permission level of servers or the firewalls are properly in place or not. The continuous enhancement their IT security measures is also very much important to protect from the cyber attacks. So keep update with compliance regulation is also very important. Whatever compliance we are following, whatever nature of business we are into, we have to see, we have to follow those compliance accordingly. So there's a 27001, ISO 27001. This is also a regulation or a compliance, or you can certification where they will guide organizations to maintain their security posture according to the latest update. So this is all about the cybersecurity, the way the hackers try to steal data, and how we can protect the data by implementing the security policies or following the regulation compliance or any certification like 27001, GDPR, HIPAA, high trust. These all compliances that talk about cybersecurity and its framework to protect organizations from the cyber attacks. Thank you everyone for your time. And this is my email address and my website. You can contact me anytime if you have any question regarding cybersecurity issues. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tarun. Just a second.
Thank you so much, Tarun. It was very, very, and I'm sure as much as it is important for the corporates, the companies, it is important for individuals as well to really understand, learn, and follow these. I mean, simple, my word, updating what things that keep coming. So these are important. We usually ignore, but that is what I think that's very important. So now, guys, the forum is open for all of you to ask questions.
Yep. So I know a lot of people I have talked to, they have some challenges while they understand how cybersecurity is important to us. So my question, and this is a question of a lot of friends that I have, and they run IT companies. So, Tarun, people who run IT companies in India, who have clients in the US and want to provide very good services to their clients. First of all, what all certifications or audits they have to do, and how often it should be done. So, what kind of, in case they want to start, where they should start? Can you just throw some light on that?
Okay. So compliance is, I already told you, it's all about the regulation by the government. So if you are following any, if you are working for US entity, so you have to see the nature of business. What nature of business you have? Maybe you are in the medical billing domain. Maybe you have a software development, or you have XYZ, anything. So if you are a medical billing domain, then the HIPAA compliance will follow on that. Which is Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act, and Act it's a law it's a federal law by the US. So for if you are medical billing, you have to comply with the HIPAA. If you are in the software development kind of thing, then you should go for the SOC 2. SOC 2 is by the AICPA entity of USA, and where they have almost 400 plus controls. So according to the nature of business, you have to follow which which compliance is regulate. Then you have to according to the nature of business. Hello, yeah, yes, Govind. Your
Yeah.
voice is not
So
clear.
you were answering.
Yeah, I was answering that like the compliance or the certification depend on nature of business, which nature of business you are following, and according to that, you have to be compliant or follow the certification.
Perfect. Guys, any other question you have?
Anybody have any question? Yeah, please.
And how
So is
often are the
so is
audits?
Govind, your voice is
Did
not
you
audible.
touch on
It's
that?
cracking, I think. So whatever we have discussed in cybersecurity is everything is clear. Yeah, all clear. I mean, if it's all clear, then there's no question, or it's something is there. Just ask me. Because this is a very hot topic nowadays. Because I visited, Middle East also in various cities, and we are having doing programs with the Chandigarh Cyber Police and the Panchkula Cyber Police. We have trained 30 police officers in Bahrain also, which is in Middle East. Recently, I met with the Minister in Economic and Tourism Development Dubai. So they are also very scared about the cyber security things, and they are also try to contact people like us, what to do in cyber security, and they are forming a team, to mitigate the risk of cyber attacks, because hackers are everywhere. They're trying to steal data, they're trying to steal your personal information or maybe company information. So to protect them, there are various factors where things are involved to to be safe. So for the common people, I just say, just keep updating your systems, mobile phones, and don't be don't be like वो ना लालच बुरी बला है बोलते हैं, हमने बचपन में सीखा है सब लोगों ने. So don't be like आपको job मिल रहा है, getting a job in this much of dollar, and you getting a this much of discount on a maybe on Flipkart or maybe on Amazon. If you just click on that link, in case of you are getting that discount nahi milega, but you'll get a maybe a victim of that ransomware attack, or maybe a malware or virus attack. So there are a lot of ways. There sometimes they're trying to send you SMS. Your bank account need to be going to be closed if you're not click on this link. So bank generally don't send that kind of messages. Sometimes they send message, you will you have credit you some kind of this 80,000 rupees, or maybe this lakh 1 lakh rupees. So don't believe on those kind of SMS or maybe a WhatsApp messages. These all are fraud. They are all generated by the cyber criminals or the hackers. If you click on single link, your mobile can be compromised for so long. They can see all the activities for for a month or 2 months also. And I have seen cases where companies contacted me and they're asking me, you know, our payments are, transferring to some other party. Now, how the payments are getting transferred? When we investigated, found that one of the employers clicked on the link, and this employer link was this computer was compromised for a whole 1 month, and hacker was keep checking, what emails the employee is sending to whom, to which clients he contacting. So hacker has just created a dummy of the same domain, and he send the email to the their client and asking that our account information is changed. The next wire transfer you should send to this particular account. And the client was just like, the hacker pretending like they are the exact same company, and the client has transferred the money to the hacker's account. So this kind of things are also happening where hackers are keep watching your activities. So don't click these kind of links. Don't be kind of get a big discount or good discount, or losing money, or getting money. These all things are fake. So just be aware about all those things. This one click can be be a ransomware victim.
Tarun, there are two questions. The
Mhm.
first is, so how can we? This is in context with what we are discussing right now. So Kiran is asking, how can we come? How can we come to know that we are compromised or washed? Like if the system is hacked already, is there
Okay.
a way out?
Yeah, generally, you will see, your system may be doing some malfunctioning, or your mobile also starting sometime a malfunctioning, sometime gets hacked. Sorry, hang, not hacked. Sometimes it get hang. Sometime you need to be restart again. Okay, so your system may be sometimes slow. So I give you example how these hackers will do this activity. Everybody use this Teamweaver or maybe the Andes. you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
in that case we intentionally give access to the another person,
right.
but the hackers design the same program in a way where you click on the link, and it's work like a any test, and they keep watching the things for long. So for that you should have antivirus, proper antivirus on your system. Okay, and keep that updating. And
Okay.
for mobile, we don't have any antivirus for now, but just we have to make sure that don't click on these kind of links, and don't believe on these kind of the chats you get on the this on like WhatsApp, or the calls from the international number. So these all are fake.
All right. Very fair.
Pranata, one short one relevant to this. Is it okay if I may ask?
Sure,
Okay.
please.
Yeah. Suppose this is related with social media, like entrepreneurs we use that. So how I
Mhm.
will come to know that someone else is also logged in my social media? Is it possible that
Yes, yes,
simultaneously two profiles are going on?
yes. It's possible because most of the social media give you alert on your email that you are logged in from this location, from this IP.
Yeah, that it does give, but sometimes like if is it possible that we'll not get an email or maybe SMS or maybe something like, and still someone is logged in my profile? How this blue tick ensures? Is it any kind of assurance from this blue tick, going for blue tick
No,
verification?
no. This blue tick is not any assurance. I think, as
Okay.
per my knowledge, and it's possible. Sometimes I've seen this. The hackers, or maybe sometimes it's the same person is logged into the, another region also, maybe another system also. So first of all, MFA is very important. Multi-factor authentication. You should have a MFA on your Gmail account, on your official account, on your social media account also, because once you log into your social media or your email account, it should be asked for the authentication on your mobile phone, then only you're able to log in. So MFA is very important nowadays to be there.
Good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
great. All right. So, Tarun, there is this last question,
Mhm.
and the question is cybersecurity and role of HR.
Role of
HR, human resources.
okay, okay. See, when we do assessment, a cybersecurity assessment, so we include each and every part. It's not about just to check the firewall, server, or system, and cybersecurity is done. No, we also check the HR policy procedures also. what kind of HR policy procedures are there to to address the if some people or some employees trying to steal the data or trying to leak the company data to some other company. So it's the cybersecurity policy goes to the HR, admin, IT, top management, middle management, with everyone. So suppose HR when gets signed a contract with a employee, so HR should make sure that there should be a email users policy or internet users policy signed by the employees. Okay, so what do, what not to do, and in case they breach the the policy of or the compliance, what consequences they need to be faced, that should be also written in the policy. And HR should have kind of an incident response, incident management, because if some incidents happen or related to cyber security in an organization, HR is a part of that. HR should know also what incident management is and what incident policies are, how incident need to be tackled or need to be taken care. So when we do assessment, we check HR policy procedure also. They, what kind of ND they have signed? Are they signed any compliance policies or internet email etiquette users policies is there signed by the employees? Because if some employees do some kind of incident or that led to cyber attack or cyber breach, and it's he or she will say, I didn't know aware about that. But if they have all the points written in the before on the time of joining, and they sign all those points, they read all those points, they will clear about what to do, what not to do according to cyber security framework within the organization. I hope I have given you a question answer. It's fine, it's clear.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So generally, the compliances which is made by the government entities like this HIPAA or maybe the high trust or GDPR, in that they also mention that HR is a part of all these compliances, and HR should delegate and follow those policies, and timely update those guidelines to the employees also. And cybersecurity awareness, this program is also part of induction program. So that is also something HR need to be added in induction program.
Fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Tarun. I think any more questions? Okay, I did say that was the last question. So thank you so much, Tarun. It was
Thank you, Radha. Thank you.
so we got to know a lot about cybersecurity and how we can actually safeguard our, let's say, mobiles and our laptops, and how malwares can attack, and what links not to click, and how to upgrade. And I think the most important word we all should take with us today is update. Update yourself and update your machines. So
Yes.
that's we'll take away from today's session. Thank you so much, Tarun, for being
Thank
with
you,
us.
Radha. Thank you, everyone, for your time and for this session. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you so much. And keep tuning on every
Bye.
day, 5 o'clock. We'll keep having organizing such sessions. We have a startup community and investor community. So if there is anything you want to particularly learn about, do let us know. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Govind. Get well soon. All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thank you.